opening words this week were inspired by a meme that I saw. I am ready for next week. I have my umbrella, my flip-flops, my mittens, my suntan lotion, my winter coat, my shorts, my iced tea, and my hot chocolate. I am ready for next week. I have come here today to join in fellowship with others, to lay down my burdens, to share my joys and sorrows, to offer gratitude, to join my voice and actions with others, multiplying my impact on this world, to have my spirit fed and nourished, to feed and nourish the spirit of others where I can. I am ready for next week, next month, next year, to give myself a break when I need it, to give others a break when they need it, to create, nourish, and be a part of this community, to remember that I am held by this community, to pledge my commitment and support thoughtfully, knowing that whatever way the weather of change shifts, we are always better together and will always be better together. We come together bringing our boldest dreams, seeking here the inspiration and strength to make them be. We come together seeking challenges and commitments productive of greater wholeness and deeper meaning. We come together to cry, sing, laugh, hurt, dance, endure, and survive. To celebrate, grow, search, doubt, hope, and rejoice. We come together to pray, work, trust, care, learn, think, and wonder. We come together to become more deeply our best authentic selves. We come together to form a community whose value is greater than the sum of its parts because we are better together. Good morning.
Good morning.
My name's Laura. I serve as the minister here. And those of you that were here last week, I have a voice this week, so that's a joy for me. It's not perfect, but it's there. So, also, with today's service, we got the choir here. Nicole's leading the music. We got Lark tickling the ivories over here. Richard's back on tech. Song leaders are Lee. Song leader is Lee. And we've got a whole host of folks from the Stewardship Committee that are helping with our service today. Now, it's a special service today. It's Stewardship Sunday, which is great for those of you that are members here celebrating being a part of this community and how we all come together to create this space. And those of you who might be visiting might be going, oh, Stewardship Sunday. What does that mean for me? Well, it's a wonderful opportunity for you to hear from others how important this community is for them, so I don't think it's without value to you. And also, it's a great opportunity for you to learn a little bit about how we support ourselves in this fellowship. So those are good things, and I hope that you'll learn today why this community is so important to others. If you are here visiting for the first time, there's a visitor form downstairs that you can fill out, and that'll help get us connected to you, and you can get on our email list to get our newsletter and Friday weekly emails to know what's going on. If you're watching on Zoom or YouTube, you can find a link for that in the chat or the comment section. We continue our service as we do every week with our chalice lighting, and I will invite you all to join me in the words, which should be up behind me. We give because someone gave to us. We give because nobody gave to us. We give because giving has changed us. We give because giving could have changed us. You gave me what you did not have, and I gave you what I had to give. Together we made something greater. It's a beautiful piece. Our opening hymn this morning is a beautiful hymn that a lot of people love. We'll Build a Land, that's number 121.
We'll build a land where the captives go free.
Each week, we set aside a few moments to lift up the joys and sorrows of those gathered. If you're here in person, you can raise your hand, and one of the ushers will bring a microphone around to you for you to share. And if you're online, if you're on Zoom, you can share in the chat, and we'll read that out loud. And if you're on YouTube, we can't access yours during the service, but please feel free to share in the comments section.
Hi, I've been gone for a whole month in Florida, but I was sad because I missed my doggie, and my little kids watched him. I brought a picture of him, and I was so happy. Isn't he cute? And then the second thing is, I did attend a similar church,
Okay.
and Sonia was there with me,
Oh, wonderful.
and that was great. And and I told her I'd take a picture, and you guys would like to see her picture.
That's wonderful.
Thanks, Barb.
I have a couple of updates to share. Mary Waters, those of you know, last week we said she was in the hospital. I haven't checked the last day or two, but she is expected to be, or maybe she's already moved into rehab for that blood infection that she has. And also I wanted to let you all know that there is a celebration of life service for Dave Rosewall. That's on April 6th. It's at 11 a.m. and it's going to be at First Unitarian Society because I think they'll have a few too many people for us to handle. I am leading that service, so and some of our folks will be involved in that service as well. So please come to that. That's April 6th at 11 a.m. at FUS, which is over by which museum is that? The Walker Art Center. There we go, having a senior moment. Who else has something to share this morning? It's ironic that the inconsistency of the microphone working is consistent.
I got backup.
Well, I just wanted to let everyone know that I got
Hold it up a
scheduled.
little higher, Doug. There. Just hold it a little closer. There you go. Now it's not working again. Hold on.
Okay, how's that?
There you go.
All right, great. I got scheduled for open heart surgery. They gave me 3 choices, and I took the one the farthest away. So I'm having surgery on the 14th of March. So I'll be back next week too, and then I'll be gone for quite some time. Thanks.
Good luck, Doug. Anyone else this morning? Betty?
Since no one else is talking, I'll tell a Jonah and Athena story. They were on vacation this week, so they called us 2 or 3 times and talked to us for 2 hours on the phone. For those of you that don't know, they're in Thailand. And the first night it was just Athena, and she was asking me some riddles. The second night it was Jonah, and he said, I called because I want you to ask me riddles. So I opened a page on the internet, and we went through 50 riddles. And that was done. I said, that's enough, Jonah, that's enough. He said, no, more. I said, call back tomorrow.
Go ahead, Leslie.
Leslie Swenson, and I just want to say I'm so happy this church has a women's group. So we met this past weekend and had a wonderful time sharing and meeting each other and a lot of community. And I'm just happy, and I hope next month we get all of the women here.
Tom Ellinger, I just want to state that I'm very grateful for this place because if you look downstairs in the basement, there's equipment for this being a voting site on Tuesday. So our church is involved in the community. I saw them come down with it yesterday, and it just made me feel very happy to be part of a place that would be engaged in the community.
Also, if you look downstairs, I brought donuts for after, so there's donuts down there.
They're good-looking donuts, too.
I just want to give you an update on the Ukrainian family that we've sponsored. They are moving to Las Vegas next week. We helped them pack up this weekend. Sasha and Svetlana also worked at a casino in Ukraine. And Sasha went out to Vegas, and where he was told by a friend that they had positions open. He got a job for $50 an hour, starting pay, where here he was making less than half that.
Amazing.
So I'm sad to see them go, we all are, but we're so happy that they have adjusted and are making a life for themselves here.
Hi, I'm Mimi, and I have the honor of friends who invited me down to Florida for a week. And I just got diagnosed with benign vertigo. So if everybody crosses their fingers that I don't get sick on the plane, I'd have a good time. I'd really appreciate it. I'll tell you how it goes.
I also wanted to lift into this space. Ed Prell is in hospice right now. I did talk to Lorna the other day, and a couple of folks have gone over to visit him, and right now he's appreciating that. So if you're friends with Ed and might want to do that, give Lorna a call and see if he's up for that right now. I also want to mention, I know a lot of us have been thinking about them, that Eric Grady is back home. In fact, he's sitting in the back right now. So welcome back, Eric. We were thinking of you and hope that you're doing well. Was there anything on Zoom? No, nothing on Zoom? All right, we lift up these joys and sorrows and all of those that remain in the sanctuary of our hearts, and I'll ask that you join me in our musical response.
Have to do a little rearranging here. Hello, I know I'm going to get on the mic. Hi, good stewards and friends of Minnesota Valley. I'm Jeannie. I see, I really don't need this, do I?
Yes, you did, because otherwise the hearing assistant people in Zoom can't hear you.
Thank you. Okay, I can do it with this one. So I am Jeannie, your administrator and communications director, for those of you who don't know me. I think it's very fitting that we're launching the stewardship campaign in the Soul Matters themed month of transformation. I think we've all seen a few of those. Of course, there was the transformation that COVID brought, and it was that almost devastating transformation that the board of directors charged the Vision 2025 task force to develop action plans to ensure the future of the fellowship. So Vision 2025 was Andrea Anderson, Doug Bruce, Richard Duffin, Eva Mock, and myself. We met for 5 or 6 months, and we made some solid recommendations in this compelling, thorough, amazing report, no bias whatsoever. we came up with ways in which to move the fellowship forward financially, membership-wise, program-wise. However, we stipulated that in order to move forward with the ideas that we considered and researched in all these different ways, we needed a way in which, and tools in which, to communicate who we are. In other words, we needed a foundation to do all that other work. So then, with a sense of urgency and generosity, the Board of Trustees donated the funds for creation of a communications and marketing toolkit. Then a marketing team was formed, and that was Doug Bruce, Steve Danko, Becky McPeak, Reverend Laura, Richard, and myself. And we were established to look at outreach and communications and marketing and to strategize ways in which to develop a brand that communicated who we were. So a strong brand that was cohesive, coherent, and consistent. Further on in our meeting, we knew we needed to hire a professional graphic design team, and we explored different companies and programs to do that, and it was a little bit like Goldilocks. You know, this one was too expensive, this one was too corporate, this one was too rudimentary, this one didn't have any time for us. And then we landed on Genesia Williams, and what a gift she was. Genesia is the principal and owner of Genesia Doing Things. She's a creative social change leader, and she is, what the gift was that she really got us. She worked with nonprofits, with artists, with individuals and small business. It was a part of her mission, so it was baked in that she understood nonprofits, she understood nonprofit budgets, she understood decisions by committees, so she was very patient with us. And she produced a lot of work that packed a punch on a modest budget. I am just a big fan. So if you've been paying attention to your Friday emails and your Unison, you may have had a little sneak peek of what I'm about to reveal. But this is the Stewardship campaign. We decided was our official launch of our primary and mainstay of what we worked on in the communications toolkit, and that is our logo and our branding colors. So I would just like to introduce, drum roll, ba ba da da ba ba ba, Minnesota Valley UU Fellowship's new logo. I am not excited about this at all. I mean, really, this is kind of my dream as your communications director. And I got to tell you, what I love about this logo is, besides it being gorgeous and compelling, it grounds us in this place. This place is important. This is our geography. This is our physical home, our spiritual home. It is Minnesota River Valley. It is Minnesota Valley UU. So this is our place. And then there's that gorgeous river. So we're here, but the river is leading onward. And it's connecting us to something new. It's onward into the future where our strength is going to be like the rivers, to constantly evolve and to adapt to obstacles. And that, I believe, is what we're doing as a congregation, as a community, evolving and transforming. I mean, I think Minnesota Valley right now is in a renaissance, a rebirth that honors the legacy of the founders that built this community, but embraces the future. So, Richard, if we could have the next slide. So this is with our font, a beautiful, beautiful font. And there's other tools. This is the first one. So there will be a new logo for Unison as well. And the website will get updated, the stationery. In this also, we will be doing some merchandising. So perhaps you too can own a beautiful t-shirt that has this logo on it, or a tote. Richard suggested tattoo templates. I said, well, okay, maybe just a rub-on, you know. But you know, creative thinkers here, right? We're a group of creative thinkers. So if you have any questions about the process or, you know, the logo, if you're a committee chair and you want it, just, you know where to find me. And also, you will see it on your stewardship packet, which I hope you will all pick up and fill out. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Steve Danko. As you all know, I'm finance chair of the fellowship.
Hi, I'm Candace Mahowald, the stewardship chair.
My role is overseeing the financial health of the fellowship and reporting that to the membership and board.
And my role is managing the pledge drive and raising funds for the fellowship. We are here to support the pledge drive today, but not only we, but all of you are here to support the pledge drive today too.
We are here to plead our case. Since COVID, the fellowship budget has been running at a negative. We have relied upon our savings to tide us over and maintain our staff, giving ourselves some time to heal from our COVID losses.
Last year, as you know, we had to budget an additional $30,000 in fundraisers and savings, which we had some really great fundraisers. Hopefully you got to make it to some of them, to balance income and expenses. However, we are at the end of our savings.
At the end of this year, we will have exhausted our 2 savings accounts and be on a pay-as-you-go basis. This pledge drive is key, since it will determine if we can do this while maintaining our current staff, or if to live within our income, we are forced to reduce staffing. This is something we have avoided, but we are at the point of no return. So it is either we increase our pledging, or we will need to reduce staffing.
But we can avoid this with a small sacrifice. Last year, we found that a pledge increase of $300 per pledge would be enough to cover this shortfall and avoid adjustments. That is what we are asking for you to increase your pledge by if you are able. And if you're not able to do that, that's okay. Increase it by $1, increase it by $2. We are really such a grassroots congregation. And we are so lucky to have everyone here in this room, everyone here online, everyone that can't be here today. Every little bit helps, and every little bit helps us be here together. We're better together.
All of us curmudgeons, when we're up here, should have someone who's really excited and happy with you. This is
a good message. We will be fully funded again with a $300 pledge increase on our members' parts. If you are unable to do this, we ask you to help with a smaller increase, but increases are needed and the time is now, so please help today.
I have a few announcements. Although, speaking of fundraisers, how about that Super Bowl Sunday last Sunday? Yes. I will take credit for the soups. Candace made the corn muffins. And Becky, can you please stand? Those beautiful, beautiful bowls. We raised like $1,000, you guys. That was amazing. A couple of other announcements. Today, after the service, we're having a hospitality training. You know, I thought we were going to give a 15-minute break for people to have donuts, but let's not do that. Let's just, if you're not staying for that, leave. And if you are staying, please stay. Also, before I go over a little hospitality training, we're going to show a safety video that Maria and Linda made that just kind of gives a brief, like where the exits are and, you know, kind of like the stewardess version of how if there's an emergency. Please stay for that if you're interested in that. And then that hospitality. What? The safety video is very important. It's very important. Because we could have an emergency. There's Linda, director of the safety video. Anyway, so if you're on a hospitality team and you just want a primer to like know for certain things that you might be missing, please stay. And if you're interested in joining a hospitality team, which we encourage, we definitely need more people, new members who maybe haven't joined. It's a great way to get to know people. You only have to do it once every 5 weeks or so. It's a really easy ask and way to get involved here. Other announcements, the March Unison is out in print and in your email, and on the website, so check for that. Things that are coming up this week include Grief Circle, that meets Wednesday at 10:30 here. And then next Saturday, hosted by Committee on Shared Ministry and staff, is I think that's the final community night for the year. It's just a simple dinner. I think I'm gonna make some macaroni and cheese and some salads, and then we're just gonna play board games. So bring a board game, come and have fun and visit with folks and have a free dinner. Other announcement, we have an announcement from the auction committee. I'm gonna have them come up.
I am Jean Danko. I just want to quickly explain this form that you were handed with your bulletin. Our auction is April 21st. It's an annual auction. It's a really fun fundraiser where you donate services. You could host a dinner in your home, do some sewing for someone, give them some rides, whatever. There's a form to fill out because we need your input now. We've asked a lot of businesses for theirs. We've got several of them back already, but we need these now. If you need ideas on how to fill this out or what to offer, there's things on the back. We have a whole display set up by the fireplace. There's another half to this form which also says, I don't necessarily want to donate anything, but I sure do need something. Write it down, tell us about it, and we'll do what we can to do it. For those of you online, this is also on the website. There's links to this form there, and more information is in the March Unison and also the Friday emails. And we'll be telling more as this goes on. Thanks.
Since we're talking about how we support the fellowship today, I thought it would be good for me to give you a quick little reminder 101 about the offering. So every month we share our offering with a different partner. This month we're sharing with Oasis for Youth, which I'll be telling you more about throughout the month, where you can see it on the back of your service or up here. But I want to talk about the difference between the offering and pledging, right? Because they're different things. Pledges we get from members, and those we need, they're crucial for us for developing our budget, right? The offering, though we do count some of that in our budget, is very small what we count that we're going to get from the offering for our budget. So if you're somebody who's new, that's a good opportunity. But if you're somebody who's joined, first of all, if you put your pledge in the basket, make sure it's in an envelope that says pledge for so-and-so on it so that we know that it's for that. Otherwise, it might get lost in the mix. Ushers, to remind you, do not open envelopes. Leave the envelopes and put them in with your total count of things, but don't open them up. So otherwise, Jeannie, they could get lost in the mix. So I just want you to know the difference between those. That being said, we have a lot of visitors and a lot of people who are new in their journey with us, and donating in the offering basket is the best way for them to participate in supporting this community. And in fact, are offering, because we have so many visitors this year and last year, and our visitor numbers have been really great, our offering is actually much higher than it was pre-pandemic, because we do have a lot of folks kind of coming and checking us out all the time, and we appreciate that support as well. Will the ushers please come forward to take today's offering? I was going to say one more thing about the pledge. You know, there's that QR code up there, right? And there's also one in your order of service. I just want you to know, this is what I do, because I don't have cash on me on Sundays. I usually don't carry cash anyway. And I'm busy on Sundays. So you can go on that, and you can set it up for an automatic deduction for monthly for Sunday sharing, and that's what I did, so then I never have to worry that I don't put something in the basket, because I know that I put a monthly thing in there, because it's important that I want to share with our organizations. It also bumps my pledge a little bit, because half of it goes to the fellowship. And I think, do those count on our giving statements too, Jeannie? So if that's important to you, using the QR code counts on your giving statement if you use those deductions, versus it not counting if you were to just put cash in the, or a check in the, well, maybe a check would count if you're a member, but yeah. So, all right, I'm going to talk to you about pledging. I get all the nuts and bolts stuff today. Pledging, okay. It's the pledge drive. We're going to talk about the nuts and bolts of pledging, just to remind you how this works and help the new people know how this works. We have two categories of pledging here at Minnesota Valley. Actually, we have a third one. That's a waived pledge. If somebody has a something going on in your life and you need to stop your pledge, or perhaps you're living on a fixed means or something, please come talk to me. We do waive pledges for members. But the main two that we have are pledging members and pledging friends. So our members are those folks who have joined us and made a commitment to this community, and they make a pledge. They also get to do things like vote at the annual meeting, chair committees. They can use the space for free for things like birthday parties or family reunions. Likewise, you can borrow tables or chairs or something like that if you need it. So it's great to be a member that way. Pledging friends are folks that aren't quite sure that they want to make that like commitment, or they don't want to vote, or something like that. But they know that their pledge might be important for us for the budget, or maybe they're a member at another church, but they come here sometimes. Or maybe they're staff. They pledge as a friend rather than as a member. Can I get the next slide? Pledge packets are now available. So you may have seen on your, we have a stewardship table set up downstairs. Current members and pledging friends should stop by that table if you haven't already, and the attendees that are there will look up and find your pledge form and give it to you. You can take that home and you can fill it out, or you can go on one of the computers that are provided and do your pledge right now. People who are interested in becoming a member, or anybody who's new, who's joined very recently, well, if you're intending on joining, you need a stewardship packet for this year, which ends in June, and next year. Because I forgot to mention this, the pledging year is for 24-25. It starts July 1st and it runs through June, which is a fiscal year, and it's good for us because we work on the church year schedule, which is September through June. Also, I just want everybody to say that out loud, 2025. Every time I say it, I'm like, what? That's a real thing. Next slide, please. Here's what your pledge packet is going to look like. You got that beautiful logo up top. You just fill out your name and address. You talk about, you can, I don't know how well you can see it down here, but you can talk about the total that you're going to give if you know what that is. Or you can just say, I want to increase my pledge by a percentage amount, or I want to increase my pledge by the following, for instance, $300. So you can increase by that, and then you don't have to do the math. Jeannie will do it for you. Then you put what your payment amount is. So if you're already on automatic deductions, you just put that on there, and Jeannie and Richard will update you. And if you're going to make your payments yourself, like you pay throughout the year, or you write checks and hand them in that way, check that. Also check on there if that pledge is for your entire household. For those of you that are coupled, you might be 2 members. I'm looking at you two. You're 2 members, but you're 1 pledging unit, right? Next slide, please. Also in the packet, you're going to find this fair share guide, which sometimes confuses people. But what it's there for is if you are wanting to, I used this actually when I started pledging here. I'm a member and I pledge. To think about what percentage I wanted to start at, and then move a little bit up as I was able, and I found it helpful. The only thing that I want to say about the fair share guide that you should take into consideration, so what you do is you add up what your total income is, but what you need to minus off there are certain specific expenses that you might have. So you're not going to minus your mortgage or your rent or your car or your groceries, because everybody has those expenses. But if you do have exceptional monthly or yearly expenses, I have big student loans. Like, I need to minus those off first. If you have childcare, if you have elder care, if you have big medical bills, you're going to want to minus those off so that you get fairly to where your fair share should be. Does that make sense? And if you don't want to use that guide, if that's not helpful to you, don't worry about it. It's just helpful, especially for new folks pledging. Also, you're going to find in there just a little graph that shows how many pledging units, sorry, my watch is talking to me, how many pledging units we have from last year, and what the makeup of is where people were in certain categories. So you can see, we have people at various different pledges, and of course, we're always hoping that people move up a notch. And the graphs over here, the circle graphs represent just how our budget is laid out. 74% of our budget is pledges. It's so important. And we want to get them in now in the next few weeks, because Steve and the Magical Finance team have to write the budget for next year so that it can go to the board and be wiggled if it needs to be wiggled, and approved if it's ready to be approved, so that the board can approve it and send it to you all at the May annual meeting, because you vote on the final budget, right? So we want to get those pledges in as soon as we can, just so that it helps the process of all the budgeting go that much better. Next slide. You can turn your pledge in by completing the form, and you can mail it in, or you can fill it out today and leave it at the table, or you can go online. If you go to our website, there's a pledge button right on the top. Just click on that, and you can fill out the same. It's the exact same thing as the paper form. You just fill it out online. And that's all that I have to say about pledging. I hope that you'll all do your best. If you have questions, we plan on having that stewardship table up before the service and after service all month long. So please check with a member of the stewardship team, or you can ask Jeannie, or you can email her during the week, and you can also ask me when I'm here on Sundays. Thank you so much. But that's the hows to pledge, which is kind of dry and boring, maybe like my voice right now. That's a little dry. What's more important is why we give and how we value this community. So I want, Candace is going to come up here and talk a little bit about that.
Hi, everyone. You've already met me. I would like to start, if you do not know me, I am a yoga teacher. So I would like to start, if you'll indulge me. Everyone, set both of your feet on the ground. Soften your gaze or blink your eyes closed. Draw your shoulders up towards your ears. Take a deep breath in, and then let everything go. Let your shoulders roll down away from your ears. Let's do that one more time. Roll shoulders up towards your ears, and then down and away. Then one at a time, stack a hand over your heart, and then stack the other hand on top. Take another deep breath. And then bring to the forefront of your mind, as you're sitting here, what you are grateful for. What you are grateful for today, in this moment, being in this space, being in this community. Take another deep breath. Feel yourself being supported by your hands. Feel your feet on the ground. Feel your body in this space, whether you're here or you're at home. Take one more deep breath. And blink your eyes open. Thank you so much. I really love taking a moment to center myself, to ground myself. I was thinking back to how I came to be here, and my very first time being here, visiting the fellowship, was back in September of 2022, and it happened to be the first service that was back in person after the pandemic, which was huge. And I had been searching for a place. I have almost 3-year-old twins. They're gonna be 3 here in a couple weeks. I almost said 2-year-old. Nope, they're gonna be 3. But they were very tiny when we came, and the thing I remember most was coming in, and my mom was actually here visiting from out of town, and everyone was so warm and so welcoming and made me feel like I didn't have to apologize for Owen and Avery, for my children. And it was so important to me to be somewhere where we felt welcome, where I could raise Owen and Avery, where I could raise my family. And since that very first day, it's only been more supportive. I knew this was going to happen. It's only been more supportive, a more beautiful community than I ever could have imagined. I've met some truly amazing people. My children recognize so many people. They look forward to coming here every weekend. I look forward to coming here every weekend. I'm the stewardship chair, which is amazing. I've been able to take part in so many wonderful community nights. The music that's here is just so wonderful. It has exposed Owen and Avery to live music. Lark on the piano. They always ask me, Lark, play piano. Tom with his guitar, and Karen with the ukulele. The brass instruments, the brass band that was here, just so many different opportunities to expose them to music and happiness and community and joy. And in some of the harder moments that have happened in my family over the last few months, it's really given me an anchor in my life. And I'm so thankful to be here every Sunday. I'm so thankful to be able to support this community and also accept support as well. So thank you everyone so much for being here. Thank you for being a part of my life, for being a part of my family's life, and I really hope that everyone here has the same wonderful, loving experience that I have. So thank you very much.
We are here for it all, to raise children together, to ponder the challenges of whatever comes our way, whether that's in our personal lives, whether it's what's going on in the world, whether it's celebrating fabulousness like a 70-degree day on March 3rd, which we celebrate and also kind of cock our heads at a little bit. That's what we're here for, to provide those things. I want to give you all just a couple of minutes to maybe share with somebody next to you just share one thing about what's valuable about you in this community. Now, if you're new and maybe you don't know, maybe you could share what you're looking for in community, what's important to you that has you out and seeking a place like this today. I'm just going to give you 2 minutes, and I'll ring the bell. I hope you'll continue those conversations with each other after the service, throughout the month, whenever the Spirit moves you. Please join in our closing hymn today, which is number 1028 in the Teal Hymnal, The Fire of Commitment. Will you all please join me in the words for extinguishing our chalice? We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.
When the homes are good, the rest don't matter. Yeah, the pain could shatter when the bones are good. The rest don't matter, yeah, the pain could heal. When glass could shatter, let it rain. 'Cause you and I remain the same. When there ain't a crack in the foundation, maybe I know any storm we're facing will blow right over while we stay put. The house don't fall when the bones are good. Ooh.
When the bones are good, the rest don't matter, the paint could peel, the glass could shatter. Let it rain, because we remain the same. We build on foundations that we did not lay. We warm ourselves by fires we did not light. We sit in the shade of trees we didn't plant. We profit from persons we did not know. And this is as it should be. Together, we are more than any one person could be. Together, we can build across generations. Together, we can renew our hope and faith in a life that is yet to unfold. Together, we can heed the call to ministry of care and justice for one another. We are ever bound in community. We are better together. May it always be so. Amen.